Two. Holla at your boy real quick. We are here on Monday. I said we're gonna start calling this segment "My Duke Monday," right? Because you tend to have uh, a very a good opinion, but you have more patience with a lot of the Browns.
Optimistic.
Yeah, very optimistic. And uh, you know, and today when I just think about it, of course everybody's we're hearing stuff and we're hearing things, and you think about when you get a chance to take in Myles Garrett's comments and things like that, and you just get to recap everything that you've seen and the kid throwing 52 times and all of that. It's just like, I know where I'm at, so I want to know where you at since we're going to call this My Duke's Monday. You start us off with your monologue or whatever you feel about these Cleveland Browns.
Well, the main thing is that I think there's a lot of noise. It's a lot of noise going around, but I think that we have to still actually remember he's a rookie. He's a rookie quarterback. And no matter what kind of plays Stefanski gives him, he's still a rookie quarterback. And I don't think that's where we're landing at. We're landing at, yes, of course, he's he has a long tenure in college. We know that. But still, he's a rookie quarterback. College and pros are two different things, and we have to look at it just as that, and not put too much on him, because believe it or not, it could be Shador doing the same thing he's doing. We want to see
Okay.
Shador. I do. I want to see him. I want to see what he can do. But the fact is that they're rookies, and we still have to remember that. And I think that's what's getting lost. And the fact that his
No.
receivers are they're not catching the ball.
Now, totally understand that. Yes, he's a rookie. But I'm going to tell you this, being totally honest with you, I don't want Shador out here with this. You know why? Because what we're starting to see is, guess what? Joe Flacco went through 2 touchdowns. He don't even know the offense. He was learning the offense driving to Cincinnati. He didn't even know the offense. Yeah, he threw 48 times, but he threw for 2 touchdowns, 280 odd some yards, right? It's it's not Gabriel. It's Stefanski's offense. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised to say, who's to say Deshaun Watson was washed? I can't even say he was washed, because it's starting to look like it's the offense. Can't nobody perform in this. You give us Josh Allen, you give us Pat Mahomes. Can't nobody do nothing in this offense. You 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 go ahead. I mean, well, no, let me get this off, because when you think about that, you say you got the 2 tight end, you got the 2 tight end offense. So we run the ball. We about running, right? We know Pittsburgh's game was horrible versus defense was horrible versus the run, and we give a kid who we've given the ball 23, 25 times, and he's got over 100 some odd yards, and you give him the ball 12 times here. You get on the goal line, 1st and 5, and you throw the ball 3 or 4 times. You throw the ball 3 times, and you don't put Junkins in the game. That doesn't make any type of sense. But you know why it don't make sense? Because what we're starting to see is this is his guy. Gabriel's his guy. Mm-hmm. So what it is I need to justify it. So if I can put him up some touchdowns, and then the stats will show that he's doing what we're asking of him. Because there's no way in the world you got that kid that runs hard, that runs with speed and everything on the 5-yard line, and you don't let him get a touch at all. The guy got to go. I mean, thought this was the first time, when we first got him, I was like, man, I want to keep us some stability because we always pull the trigger fast. But at the end of the day, he's had half a decade. He's had 6 years to do something, and you're regressing. So what they say, when you hire a new coach, you give him a 3-year plan. You done had two 3-year plans. It's time. It's time. And he's lost the locker room. You can tell. If your leader is starting to talk like this, saying that he tired of losing the same way, and guess what? Now you're gonna start seeing fake injuries. People don't want to play no more. And then that's not a product to put out on the floor, especially with you getting a new dome. But go ahead, let me hear you.
Well, the fact is, you said we had 6 years with Stefanski. How many quarterbacks have we had that was not injured within that time span?
You got to say what you got. Baker, which we ran out.
He was hurt. Actually, the first year he wasn't, but he was hurt, playing hurt,
which he made that decision. Then you got what? DTR. You got Deshaun. You got Jameson. You got Jacoby Brissett. You got. But I mean, I'm not understanding the angle where we're going with that, because Jacoby Brissett didn't get hurt.
What I'm trying to say,
Winston didn't get hurt.
What I'm trying to say is that we haven't had a steady quarterback. If we had a starting quarterback that has been in for these many years, or just say if we had a quarterback that played 2 consecutive years, let's just say that 2 consecutive years without getting hurt.
Baker Mayfield
was hurt. Baker Mayfield, he didn't get hurt the first year. He got hurt the second year.
Late.
And then he played hurt. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, at the end of the day, everything comes down to the coach, because he gets the accolades when they win. Of course, he's gonna get the blame when they lose, definitely. But I don't think the whole blame is on Stefanski. I don't.
Okay.
I mean,
let me give you some.
Go ahead.
Let me give you some facts.
All right.
Facts now. This is not what people are perceiving. The Cleveland Browns are last in offense, 32nd. Okay. He is considered an offensive guru, correct? He's considered an offensive guru, supposed to be. That's what they say.
Okay.
The last 22 games, and that's basically 2024, 2025. Out of 22 games, we are 4-18. Okay. And in the last 11 games, we have not even put up 20 points. The average points for an NFL team is 23. We're not even hitting the regular NFL average. So that means you got to understand the NFL. The NFL is a business. So they basically try to give you 21 points, and we can't even get that. And this is supposed to be an offensive guru. It's the culture. The thing is this old nonchalant, vague persona that he has came over the team. They don't have any fight. They don't have any killer instinct about them. God, why? Because their leader don't. All the same statement. Everybody, anytime you hear his post conference, you know it is. We got to be better. It's frustrating. We got to coach them up. The coaches got to be better. The players got to be better. We all got to be better, and we'll fix it, and we'll get it fixed. Well, the last 22 games, you haven't fixed it at all. And it's nothing that can justify that this man keep going. And the fact of it is I want to say Andrew Berry could, and you can see they're turning on him. Because I guarantee you, Bailey Zappi was the play. That was the play, and that was what they probably all came together with. But you know what's happening? Barry is starting to cut himself from him because it's time for Barry to try to keep his job, because Barry gonna say, "Hey, I cooked in this last draft. So maybe if you give me a different philosophy to build on, I can show you that I can do mine." It's time, Mom. It's time. It's nothing else we can say. It's time. That's
Well,
facts.
who decision was it to let Flacco go?
It probably was Barry's.
Okay. So do you think that it was Barry's alone, or was it ownership and Barry, or what? How you look at it?
I think it's so crazy that you said that, because Tomlin just said that. He was like, "Wow, I don't see how you give away." He was like, "I don't understand how you would give away a guy that you consider to be your starter to a rival team and give it away." You know why they did that? You think you think I think if all else fails, I think Barry wanted to do it. Hassel said, "Yeah, do it," because at the end of the day, I noticed that with Barry. Barry tries to look out for the players. You don't want Joe to just sit there. You know what I mean? And it's time to see that the season is a wash, and we knew that we were losing anyway. I don't know why they were trying to make it seem like we were being competitive. We were trying to rebuild. The problem that I have with it is it all shows the craziness that I'm willing to let Barry go too. I'm not saying that. I'm willing to let Barry go too, because it all don't make sense. Because Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, none of them even played a snap. Well, Joe Flacco played 3 games, 4 games. Kenny Pickett never got a snap with the Browns. This was all the reps that these kids could have been having. Then you think about stuff about how Mary Kay Cabot, the beat writer, now all of a sudden Shador wasn't ready. Shador wasn't ready. Now she's talking about he the accurate. He's the only guy that can possibly do it. Everybody ready to flip script now. Because why? Because the game done changed now. Because now everybody looks crazy. Everybody looks crazy trying to say, and they know it's Stefanski. You know, uh, Tennessee Titans was 32nd in offense, right? And they end up going up to 31 because we only scored 9 and whatever they scored Sunday. But you know what they also did today? Fired their coach. Their coach got fired today. Because at the end of the day, what you got to do is you got to start getting to a point where now it's a tolerance, and it's something that we're not going to have, right? We're not having mediocrity. We're if you have the opportunity, a coach has come a dime a dozen. It's coaches out there. It's good coaches out there. We are so used to not having a good coach that once we get a coach that halfway did something, oh, he invented the wheel. We don't want to lose him. Why? It's
So,
over.
what I'm not understanding is, in our conversation, you just said it a couple of times. We know this was going to be a losing season. So if we know this is going to be a losing season, I mean, Stefanski, you don't think he deserved to have the year, complete the year?
No.
You don't think he deserved that?
The
And
reason
everybody's saying we was, I mean, I done heard, we might win 6 games. That was before we even played 1 game. I was here. We might win 6 games, if any, if at all. So if we knew, I mean, the fan base is saying this, the media is saying this, then if we know these things are probable, you mean to tell me you don't think he deserved to have this, at least finish the season out?
the reason why I don't, is because you would think you would be showing us something, right? You're like, oh, you got rookies and all of that. I don't want to hear that crap. Like you tried to open it up. You tried to open it up Sunday. You know what I mean? By throwing the ball 52 times. And I mean, at the end of the day, mama, you ain't putting up points. You're not putting up points. You ain't showing no type of creativity with your offense. The problem is He wants to be the smartest man in the room. He wants to be the show. He wants to be the reason. And that's probably why Deshaun didn't work, because that's why Baker didn't work, because he doesn't want the quarterback to shine. He wants to be the reason why they shine. And that's becoming a problem. That's why he wanted Gabriel. That's why Gabriel's his guy. Gabriel is a backup quarterback. Period, point blank. He's never going to be it. He's too small. He can't do it. Trying to throw it over the middle, he's throwing hospital balls to you guys. You're getting your guys injured. And now ain't nobody trying to catch the short arms. You see a T-Rex arms now. Because I'm not about to kill myself to make a 13-yard catch. I'm not doing it. If the thing about it for me, if you know the guy's short, this is your guy. You know that. So, and he's been getting all the reps, all training camp, all this. He's the guy. So you mean to tell me you're not rolling him out? You're not giving him a clear lane to see things? That's what I'm saying. He gotta go. He's not it. It was beautiful. It happened, you know, when he did good, when he had PJ Walker, when he had guys who need him. Who need him to make themselves Case Keenum. He needs guys that needs to be, he's the guy. He don't want a star quarterback. He doesn't want Shador. And that's the problem. That's why I don't want him. Because if you can't see that Shador Sanders is better than Dillon Gabriel, then that's the problem. That's why you got to go. Because this is your team. And you're saying Dillon Gabriel is better than Shador Sanders. Shador Sanders does not understand the playbook. He is not ready. He's not ready. But then you put him as the number 2 quarterback. Now all of a sudden, he's ready.
I mean, we both know that was more pressure than anything for him to get to that.
So what are you saying? That you're saying that Shador isn't ready?
I don't know. I personally don't know. Do you? I mean, the only time we have seen him play is in preseason, and he wasn't playing against, other people's defense. Their regular season defense.
And guess what? No! Stop that! Because guess what? We seen him play in preseason. Last time we scored 21 points. And who was he playing against? Their number 1 defense. He didn't have any reps. He didn't have any practice throughout the week. He had to start because everybody else was hurt. So he didn't get a game plan and everything. And those throws that he did, Gabriel cannot do. So just that right there, he showed you. He dunk and dink, 52 times for 200 some odd yards. Come on. It's over. Well, it's time to change.
In my opinion, I feel that first we have to look at things in a way, whereas the offensive line is suspect also. So we got to really just call it out where it is. The offensive line is not doing their job, or Condon can't stay on the field. So we have a fact where they're not getting the time that they need to be successful.
For me, I can give you that a little bit, but then in the same time, the core of the line is there. Polkic is there, but Tino is there, Teller's there. We've had issues, yes, with the tackles. Conklin came back for a minute. Again, I know that's I don't even understand it. This is the problem, and why the regime of the Barry Stefanski, the analytical stage game is over. What we need football players in there. We need people who talk football. Okay, we don't need this analytical crap. The Desposota, whatever his guy is, I don't even know what he do. We need all of that crap out of here. That old Ivy League stuff we didn't try, the new age crap. It's time to go. We need people in here who know how to play football, who know how to lead man, and get out here and put a product on the field, man. I mean, because it comes to the point where, that's the big thing. Haslam don't care. Haslam don't care. He don't care because guess what? Us as a loyal fan base, we keep buying the tickets. We keep buying the paraphernalia. We keep buying the apparel. We keep buying the jerseys. So we making the money. So we don't care what type of product he put out there. But once we start showing, hey, we're not going to accept this, and we start showing where they start seeing all these orange seats in the stadium, and you're about to sit up here and spend $2 billion on the stadium, and you're worried about people being able to sell these season tickets, then you'll start seeing some moving and some actions being done. We cannot continue to sit up here and just accept mediocrity and give a reason of saying, hey, give them a chance. We done gave them 6 years. It's time.
Yeah.
It's you're last in offense. You don't run no type of plays. Barry, you ain't going to get playmakers. You like every now and then you cook, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't be against having a new set of eyes, because you know what I liked when we had who's the guy that Dorsey, when he picked Baker, right? That was a good pick. That's a football guy. He picked Kareem Hunt when he was with Kansas City. We need somebody that's in there that can see talent, recognize talent, and get it. Barry has not picked a receiver yet. He got Jerry Jeudy, was somebody he had his eyes on from draft and on. And then you finally get him, and the boy drops ball. Even when he had his greatest year ever, he still led the league in drops. And now they're starting to, Fannin had only dropped 2 passes his whole college season last year, and he done dropped over 3 or 4 already, because it's just part of it. No type of nobody holds onus to nothing. Yeah, no accountability. No accountability at all. Stefanski ain't saying nothing. The dang on play, it could have not been called or whatever. But guess what? To fight for your team, throw the flag. Throw the red flag. What you saving the time out for? Show your team that you care, you trying, and you realize something. Like all this nonchalantness, it's like it's over with, man. I can't take it no more. I can't see how you're willing to be able to say you want to go a whole year of this and then give them another year to show
I didn't
something.
I didn't say give him another year. I said I think he deserved to play this year out. That's what I said. Fresh year, fresh coach, fresh team.
Now, guess what? You know what? I ain't got no problem with him playing out this season. You know why? So you can answer all these questions. You can keep telling us why you ain't doing that. You can show the world that it is you. It ain't you. And I've been a Stefanski advocate. I used to love Stefanski. Same way I love Baker too. But at the end of the day, frustration starts to once it gets to a point, you need something new.
Well, we are talking about a coach that been coach of the year twice. But let that be said.
You know what? Been the coach of the year twice, and we won the playoff game when his butt was sitting at home with COVID. We won with a special teams coach.
Okay.
You got to start paying attention. You got to start paying attention to that.
The fact is that, do we know if the game plan was his? We don't know. We don't know.
But see, that's what I'm saying. When you start looking at it like that, you start saying, seems like they do better. My thing is, maybe it's the fact that he's had to deal with the Haslams. Like, I mean, because the Haslams is getting over too. Like, the Haslams in everything, and they're not letting the coach deal with what they want. They talked about when Josh Daniels was coming, wanted to come over here. We found out that Josh Daniels wasn't a good coach when he went to the Raiders, and we seen that. But at the end of the day, he knew what a good franchise, a good organization looked like, right? And when he came and he said, if you are going to give me this job, we got a clean house. We got a clean house. And you got to let me do what I do. And the problem is Haslam don't want that. He want to be involved in everything. And at the end of the day, what you done seen is you being hands involved, you ain't did nothing. And ain't nothing happened.
That's my point. That's why I said, was it Haslam who wanted, Joe wanted to, I'll say more so get rid of Newsom to save that buck. I mean, I think the Haslams has a lot to do with some of the decisions that's being made in the organization. And maybe Stefanski do find that his hands is tied in some instances. We don't know that, but that could be true because we do know that the Haslams do have an opinion and they do give it.
Okay, now that is fine and dandy, but guess what? Haslam ain't calling plays.
No,
Haslam ain't coming up with offensive, decisions. The personnel, okay, I give you that, and that's a lot to deal with. But the Haslams, like Stefanski, don't want a star quarterback. He don't know what to do with it, and he don't want no part of it. Gabriel is his guy. You seen it when they drafted Shador. You seen how they showed that war room. That looked like a room that was disgusted in that pick. Stefanski was looking stale. He don't want a star.
So you're saying what you're saying? I think that can go back to some situations with Deshaun. I really do. I think that can go back to that part of it, where there is always some drama, no matter what. If you're playing good, if everything is good, there's still drama out there. And not to say it's because of Shador or it's because of Deshaun. I think it's the media who drums up these things. And then I think that might be what when you say he don't want a star quarterback, I don't necessarily feel that it might be that. I think he don't want a quarterback that is always in the news constantly, because he had that with Deshaun. And I think that might be some of it. I'm not saying it's all of it. I'm just saying it might be a part of it.
Pat Mahomes in the news. Josh Allen in the news.
That's not what we're saying. We're not talking about, most of the time they're in the news, but they're always in the news for things that they're accomplishing. Deshaun was in the news because of negativity.
But guess what? All you had to do was give him yards, start playing well. Guess what? When he had that game against Baltimore, you heard nothing about them cases. It had nothing to do with them cases. It was about Deshaun might be back. All you had to do was start making them perform, making them show and perform, and then you don't have to worry about that hoopla. But guess what? That's part of being an NFL coach.
I mean, we all know that, but what I'm saying is that I'm trying to give you another side of it. Whereas these could be some of the issues. You're saying he just don't want to start quarterback. And it might, and I mean, I don't know that for sure. You don't either. But what I'm saying to you is that it could be the reasoning behind it is the constant drama that he don't want to deal with. And who knows? I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying there's another, you can look at it in another way.
Even if it is, that's why you get paid millions of dollars.
Okay.
You got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. So I mean that that shouldn't be. Long as you here to coach football and you get these guys out here to do the right things and get things done the right way and perform, then guess what? All of that stuff goes out the window. All of that stuff will go out the window. Roethlisberger had rape cases, but you know what? He went out there and performed, and that stuff went up under the window, up under the rug.
Yeah, in most cases it does. In most
Right.
cases it does.
So I mean,
but the thing is that you said all he had to do is get Deshaun out there to play and do this and do that. But Deshaun was hurt. He'd been hurt. How can he get out there and play when he's been hurt?
Well, he got hurt because offensive line. He running for his life. He getting hit hard. And I mean that the reason that he didn't come into it hurt. He came into it trying to
No, I
perform. So
understand
I
that.
mean,
That's my point. I understand that. I understand the line wasn't what it should have been when he was, when he first came in and was healthy. I understand that. But the fact is that it is still a situation. It still was a situation at that time. That's all I'm saying. And our line is still not where, I mean, our line is, they need some linemen. They do.
well, at the end of the day, like I said, you got the draft. You're getting all these assets. You need to quit trying to. My thing is, don't sell me on 2026, 2029, and all of this. Don't sell me on that. Don't try to sell me on that because the way this offense is set up, it don't matter who here. We can get Pat Mahomes right now today, and we will still not do anything.
That's why what I'm saying to you is that the fact is that that's why I don't see where there's so much negativity around uh, Gabriel. Yes, I understand the fact that you know what he did, what he throwing the ball that many times yesterday was probably not the ideal. But that's Stefanski, and we know that. That's the plays he was calling. But the fact is that we have to, at some point, we have to see what Gabriel can do, and at some point, we're going to have to see what Shador can do.
What
At
we can
this
see.
time, now we see. Well, we knew that he was small. We knew that. We knew that it was going to be hard for him to see over the line. We knew that.
And he's smaller than Baker. And Baker
Yeah,
had a bunch of pat down balls. Did you see that when TJ Watts uh batted that ball, it wasn't at his hand. He had to jump for it. It was at his elbow. Like he was over like
he was over him. Yeah, I
that
seen it.
that's it's the point of it is that's not it. The kid is throwing the kid is not within 2 games. Right. So let's say this. Let's say this. We've had 2 games, a very small sample, but this is supposed to be our future, right? Small
That was,
sample, but this is supposed to be our future. This
so
connection, the
so
Stefanski
that
Gabriel connection. This is his quarterback. This is what he wants to sell to us as the fan base. This is our future right here because he's better than Shador. This is the guy. This is the guy. We got Joe and we got Pickett, but this is the guy. This the guy. And what you've seen the last 2 games,
well, I
this is
thought we
your
were.
future.
I didn't see it that way as he's saying this is the future. I think he's saying see what he got in him. He's a rookie. We don't know. We knew what he did in college.
The thing about it is when you when you win, some people like a Bo Nix, because we'll go to these different guys, right? Like a Bo Nix who played for almost 3 different teams, and he used every eligibility year that he had. You know why that happened? It's because he wasn't sought after. So he stayed as long as he could until he became the guy. Like, it's like you're allowing the younger kids. So it's just like you're an older kid playing with younger kids. So you stayed until you looked good enough to be somebody that the NFL would want. But if you would have went in your class, you wouldn't have made it. You wouldn't have been an NFL quarterback. That's why you there for those many years and you're playing those many games. You're not there doing that just because, oh, I want to be a scholar guy and I'm caring about my education. No, you stayed there because you wanted to try to give yourself an opportunity to grow and become better, and then play against lesser talent than you would be because you're older, and become and hopefully be able to get inside of the NFL draft. Now, not only did you do that, not only did you stay for 60-odd games, the most games ever played by a college quarterback, then you still wasn't first round. You still was a third round pick, which possibly should have been later than that because everybody else projected you later. So what that tell you? That's not a starting quarterback. That's not a star. That's not a franchise quarterback. That is a career backup player. Yes, he's smart. Supercomputer that you're killing your receivers. We lost 2 receivers from the supercomputer. Supercomputer had a virus. Sound like to me. And you can be the most optimistic person in the world. Eventually, you have to realize that a change has to be made. I don't know what it will take for you to want a change to be made, but
I'm not
four
sure.
and 4-18 out of the last 22, last in the league, can't put up 10 points, 3 field goals. I'm done.
I'm confused. Are you saying a change in the coach, or are you saying a change in the quarterback?
Changing the coach, changing the quarterback, because the quarterback is not him.
So you're saying you just gonna clean house in the offensive rim, because that's what you basically do.
This is what Stefanski could do, and it still wouldn't save his job. It still wouldn't save his job. But you know what he could do? He could easily say, Tommy Reese, we're gonna let you cook up some. I'm gonna let you start taking over these play callings, and I'm gonna just coach the team and try to make sure we get tightened up on this discipline and penalties, and making sure I hold accountable for everybody else. And I mean, it still ain't gonna save your job, but you can at least start to see that I'm not it. What I assume is gonna work is not it, because you got a stud, you got a cowbell runner. So you say you're a running team, and that's your offense, and you didn't do it when you had the opportunity to do it. So you want to be the smartest man in the room. You want to outsmart people. I mean, we watch teams go from last to first in a year, and he takes the Browns, still haven't got right. We had 2 decent years, and like I said, yeah, you became offensive coach of the year, you know what I'm saying? But to me, it's by default. When your ceiling is so low, all you got to do is be consistent. That would have made you look well. I think it's time to get us a mastermind in there. I mean, and if we think about some names, I'm looking at like an Eric Bieniemy. Give him a shot. A Brian Leftwich. And I know those are 2 black quarterback coaches, but I mean, just we need some type of offensive guys. We need somebody who we don't want to sit up here and maybe have the franchise quarterback in Shedeur Sanders and sit up here and allow this guy.
So you're saying you feel that Shedeur is the franchise quarterback?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know why? Because The kid got the accuracy. He has the fight to listen. What did the boy say when he was in his draft interviews? He said, "Don't pick me if you ain't trying to change your franchise." What is the franchise that need to be changed? That's the Cleveland Browns. You need a quarterback with that type of mentality, with that type of want, with that type of fight, and that type of belief in their self. You don't need a modest Hawaiian guy, and no disrespect to where he's from or ethnicity, but you don't have to. You don't need a modest guy like Gabriel. Gabriel ain't changing no franchise. Gabriel ain't their answer. Baker Mayfield was, because what? He had to fight. I watched a play they showed the other day when he had the hurt shoulder. The Pittsburgh Steelers knocked him out of bounds and threw him into the bench. And then what did he do? Everybody thinking that he was hurt. Ooh, ready to call a dirty play. And he ran out to the field to say first down and, screaming and got the crowd going. That's what you need to change this. We don't need no modest guy sitting up here dink and dunk and killing your receivers. No. Shador is the man. It's time. 12 o'clock on the watch. Let's do
it. Okay. All right. I just wanted to know if that's what you thought.
That's it. I mean, it's no other way to see it, man. So
I mean, like I said, I do want to see what Shador can do. I mean, I think confidence rose well when you're playing, and the confidence and the bravo. I think that is great for a starting quarterback. I do. But I want to see what you can do out on the field. That's what I want to see. Not what everybody's thinking, because it's already been said as far as the fan base is concerned that they think it's already been said. I mean, you don't get the number 1 jersey without having the fan base behind you.
I mean, for the small sample size that we got when the kid went out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And to me, it's too small of a sample. I want to see more. It's too small of a sample for me to say he is and he should be the franchise quarterback.
That's why we got to get rid of Stefanski, because guess what? We won't see it if it's up to him.
I really truly don't think that at some point that we won't see him, especially since we're 1-5 now.
The thing about it is we're gonna see him anyway. You know why? We're gonna see him quicker than we probably supposed to see him, because he gonna want all of this heat off of them. Let me give them what they want, and maybe that'll save me. That's why he's number 2. That's why he's the backup. I guarantee you Zappy was supposed to be the backup. If it was up to him, he would have set him. He would have set him, and then eventually gave him. And like I said, he's trying to make Gabriel look good. He want him to score touchdowns. When you're on the 5 and you're throwing the ball 3 times, there's no reason for that. Run the ball and score. But you know what? I don't want the kid to not look like, because this is my guy. This is what I wanted. So I got to try to make it look good. You're going to see Shador within the next week or 2. Because guess what? You're losing your fan base. You're losing the team. Myles Garrett said himself in the interview, the kid is there. And I'm talking about Shador. The kid is there in the office with Stefanski early, trying to ask questions about the playbook. He said the guy's been ready.
So, because I didn't hear that. I haven't seen that.
Yes,
Miles. I didn't. So he said that the kid's been ready. So what you're saying is Myles Garrett got on tape where he's saying Shador, better yet, that we should have him as the quarterback.
Absolutely. He said it. He said he's in there early. He's like, that's the type of things that you want to see. Like I said, it's only a matter of time. And then I think by Tennessee letting go of their quarterback, their coach today, Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I tell you this. I don't know who we play. Is it Miami? I'm not sure exactly who we play
It's
next
Miami.
week.
It's
Okay.
Miami.
Lose to Miami. He gone.
Well,
I'm
we're supposed to be
calling
the
it right
favorites.
now.
We're supposed to be the favorites.
That's what I said. Lose to Miami. He's gone. I'm telling you that right now.
We got kind of different kind of over here in Cleveland. We got a different kind of ownership. So I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Lose. You hear it's on tape. Lose to Miami. He's gone.
Well, you said it.
And you think not. You think not, obviously.
I'm not saying he won't. I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying we got a different kind of ownership over here.
But we on tape. Same way you give predictions. I'm telling you, he gone. He's gone. Okay. And what you saying? You saying he's not, right?
I'm saying I don't know.
Huh?
I'm saying I don't know. I'm saying that the pressure will be very hot. Yes. I'm saying
you think he's not in the hot seat now?
No, I mean he is. I mean, you know, that's all you're hearing on sports channels is the fact that Stefanski, you know, he should be gone. You know, the fan base is all against him. That's true. But what coach haven't in their tender had the fans against them? I mean, you know, it happens. I mean,
it happens, but guess
last
what? It happens.
Pittsburgh was saying that you know, that coach should be gone. So I mean, you know, I don't know.
The thing about it is that it's no way you can run the same line though. There's no way you can run the same line when you're talking about 30-second and you can't in the last 11 games you ain't put up 20 points. The average is 23 for the league. You
see,
losing.
I could really see where you're going with this, and I can understand it a little bit more if we didn't have a rookie quarterback, because the rookie quarterback that we had some plays where we could have gotten some yards and possibly could have scored, but the receivers were dropping the ball.
The receivers did drop the ball, but you know what? The thing about it for me is the reason why he has to go is because this is the guy. This is the way you assess talent. You assess talent by saying that Gabriel is better than Shedeur. And to me, everybody has stated that Shedeur should have been the second pick of the draft. That's just what it is. Politics caused him to go down to the 5th round. He should have been the second pick in the draft. You have that at your disposal at any time you want, but you have consistently stated that this kid is better than Shedeur. He gives us the best chance to win. You got grown men going out here risking their life every week, trying to win games and could easily get hurt. The one time, one hit can end their life, let alone their career. And you putting out a kid that is not it. That in itself causes you to be inadequate, incompetent to understand what talent is necessary to give you the opportunity to win. It's time to go. Stefanski, you out of here. You lose to Miami, I can almost guarantee it, out of here. He's gone.
Okay. We have it. We have it. Jaboi. Holla at your boy. That said it.
You can bank, you can book it. He's out of here. Yes, you're right. And this is supposed to be my Dukes Monday, so you're supposed to have the hot take, and you haven't given me a hot take. You want to play the fence. I'm going straight out at it, and I'm going to say what it is.
You're so strong in your beliefs today that I'm just giving you what I feel or what I think, and you're giving me what you think. And I'm just not there where you are yet. I'm just not. And that's just what it is. I'm just
See, the thing about it for me, I know the people don't know is that I don't know. It will never be with you. You will never call for somebody's job, whether it's a Mike Brown
yes, I
or
would. Yes, I would.
you
Yes, I
never
would.
you never call for a coach's job in Cleveland. Never, never.
I guess because I look at I feel that I'm looking at the whole picture. And from what yesterday game showed me is we have problems, but the problems are wide range of problems. They're not just one problem. They're not just two problems. They're not just three problems. We have a wide range of problems.
Whose problem? Whose job is that though?
It's the coach's job, of course, and we know that. But with that being the coach's job, we still have a coach who has had a rookie quarterback for 2 games.
That he believes is better.
That's
he
still
believes
there.
it's the
No
guy.
matter how we want to shake it up, it's still that's what it is. And that rookie quarterback, to me, what I've seen on the field, he did not hurt himself like everybody's saying. Yes, he did not. Stefanski shouldn't have had him throwing the football as many times as he did. Yes, should have. Junkins got the ball, definitely. Even though the fact that the Steelers was ready, they solely was pent on him running the ball. Right. But I still feel that Stefanski should have gave him the ball more than he did.
Now, why do you say that Gabriel didn't hurt himself? Because in all actuality, he did. He showed that he can't throw over the middle. He showed that he's too small in the pocket. He showed that he can't look over and find the lane. So I think he did hurt himself because he's got it on tape. And anybody that can see that, make sure you crash and close in the pocket and keep him in there. He can't see over it. And all he want to do is throw little screen passes over, jump when he throws, and you hit the ball down. So I think he did hurt himself. I think he showed that he's not the guy that you need. He's too small, and it won't work. You think about somebody like a Kyler Murray.
Don't think that he showed. I think that what he did show is poise. And of course, that don't win games. I understand that. I understand that. But the fact is that I think what we can't teach size. That we can't teach that. That's not gonna make him grow. That's not gonna happen. But it's Stefanski scheme. I mean, if Stefanski's gonna have him in there, he's gonna have to get some better schemes for him.
It's when you say those things now, it just makes me see even more why it's time for them to go. Because we wasted our 3rd round pick for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You seen like that's what the combine is for. You see the height, you see the weight, you see the run, you see the arm, you see all of those different things. And that's what you chose. You chose this short guy because you thought he had the mind. Jackson Dart, I've been calling Jackson Dart forever. Now, I think Jackson Dart wouldn't work in this offense either because at the end of the day, it's Stefanski's offense. It's not the players. So we could have got Jackson Dart. We could have got Josh Allen when we had the opportunity to. We could have gotten Lamar Jackson. All of these guys we could have had, but we didn't get. But it wouldn't have worked because of the offensive coordinator, the head coach. He's not. Do we know? We don't know, but this is a fact that I had to realize and see. We call Kevin Stefanski an offensive guru. You know what? He came up like Eric Spoelstra. He was a videotape guy, you know what I mean, through Minnesota. He came up all the way through that. He had only been the offensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings 1 year. 1 year before we picked him as a head coach. So when did he get this offensive guru?
I'm not sure who gave him that name.
He's a great offensive mind. He's a great offensive mind. This the media.
So that's the media.
The same media that you say he don't want to hear about these other players. They hyped him up. He wanted to hear that. He took on that. So, that's where we at with it. For me, I say Stefanski out of here. I say it's time to go. For you say let him play out the year at least, I guess. Is that our final recap of it?
That's my recap. That's my recap. I think he deserves to the end of the year.
Don't deserve. Now, I think you need to use your words lightly because deserve.
I'm saying for his tender, I think he deserves to the end of the year. That's what I'm saying.
So basically a farewell tour, because
you can call it that if you like, but the fact is that I don't think if you bring in another coach right now, it's going to make a difference. I don't think so. So why not have him to the end of the year?
You start
We're
solidifying.
1-5. So yeah. I don't think it'll make a difference. I don't think
you got 11 games.
I know we got 11 games. That's why I'm so confused with everybody and their hostility, because there is still 11 games.
Your optimism is almost crazy, because you're saying 11 games as if we're about to turn it around or something. No,
I'm not saying that. Well, I feel like you guys saying if Shedeur gets a chance, that still ain't gonna turn it around. Well, why are we gonna play Shedeur if this is not gonna turn it around?
Because you got to see what you got. You got to see what you got. I understand
that, and I'm all for that.
But I'm just saying, the thing is that it's a difference in being competitive, playing, like you said, the first few games where we could have beat Cincinnati, right? You say you get that game, and then and then possible
we had that game. I mean, we can't.
Right. I'm just saying, but we had that game. But what I'm saying is that's the signs of a good team, or a team that's we're in the system where we kind of rebuilding, but we're trying to figure out, do we got our guy? But if you're being competitive throughout the season and you're playing well, that yes, and then you lose a close one, and you see where it's like, oh, rookie mistakes, where you're still learning from it. Like, man, if you don't throw that over their middle, they don't get that interception, and they were driving to get the score to win the game. Things like that. That's how you lose these games, and with your rookie, and you're still trying to build your team up, and you're still trying to learn how to win. When you 1-5 and you got your stars looking like they're saying, "Yeah, must be nice to see the Steelers be able to pressure the quarterback and get 6 sacks like that." And you know what I'm saying, that right there, that doesn't help your team. That's something you don't want to go through 11 games with. You don't want 11 games of that culture. You don't want a kid like Junkins. You don't want Schlesinger. You don't want Fannin to feel that type. You don't want them to take on this losing culture. They coming from, Junkins coming from a winning program. You want them to continue to have that fight, that will, that belief. You don't want them to feel and get content with this type of attitude, this type of demeanor, this type of nonchalantness.
All that is true. And you in the winning program, that's what every football player wants, to be in a winning program. College wise and professional. That doesn't always happen. Especially sometimes you get on teams that are not good. I keep saying that we all stay, I heard the media, I heard, individuals say that it was only going to be we only was going to win 6 games. So my thought is, are we trying to, we're trying to be a winning organization. I think every team, that's their goal, to be a winning organization. But at the point in time now, we got so many issues, and Stefanski can be the number one issue. Our O-line could be number two. No, our quarterback could be number two. Then our O-line. Those are all true facts.
Well, it's been over 30 years though. Like it's been over 30 years we've been dealing with this. You know what I mean? Not 30, but 26. I mean, like we've been talking about quarterback for 26 years.
Yeah, because we haven't had a quarterback that we can say is our franchise quarterback, and they stay more than 5 years. Yes, you're right. That is a big issue right there. That's a huge issue.
But when you possibly have it, you're not even playing it.
I mean, we keep saying that well, I'm gonna say you keep stating that Shedeur is it, and I understand why you're saying he's it. His bravo, his confidence, I understand that, and what I've seen on the field,
what he showed us, yes,
and what I've seen on the field, the one game that I watched him when he was playing in Colorado, But what I'm saying is he? We don't know that for a fact. We know he could be.
But you know what, though? The thing about it is, it's sad because we're not going to see it with this offense. He's going to have to be out there calling his own plays.
Well, that...
I mean, it's what it is, man. I mean, I know you don't like to get rid of you know what I'm saying. Once somebody's a Brown or a Cav or a Guardian, you lock in with them. They almost can come to Thanksgiving dinner with you. I know they become family, but it's time.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
Stefanski, take his nice trim beard on to wherever he going, go to an Ivy League team, get with the Eagles or something, because this a wrap. I'm over it. I'm ready to move on. I need some new air, some new wind, a whole new vibe, and let's start on.
Let's see what happens next week, and because if they don't win next week, he's gone.
He's out of there.
Hey,
forget about it. Out of there.
I mean, out of here.
Out of here, out of there, out of everywhere. Whatever you want to say, you can say he has been decapitated. Turkey time. Cut the neck off. It's over. So I think that's where we at with it. So it was great to have this Mob Dukes Monday. I was looking for a more definitive answer from you, but you played defense like a tightroper that you are.
Reasons why I think he I gave you reasons why I thought he should at least be given the opportunity to stay to the end of the season, because it's not just one thing that's wrong with the Browns. We can't keep harping on the coach. It's not just one thing. He can't make the
reason why all of those things are happening. He's the reason. He's the head of the snake.
So what you're saying is our offensive line is fine. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying being the fact that we lost Callahan, we just lost our way as a line.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're, our line is, our players is a bum down the line. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we have lost some players that have lost what we had. on the line. That's what I'm saying. And the fact that we have a rookie quarterback, I'm going to still state that. And the fact that our coach is not calling plays to the potential of a quarterback. So we can say, you know, there's not just one thing here. And that's how I look at it. It's just not one thing.
Okay. Well, not one thing, but I'll tell you one thing. It's not one thing, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. Losing the Miami Dolphins, you out of here, buddy. And that's a show you right.
That's his neck if he loses to Miami.
And that's a show you right. And that is it. So with that being said, it was a good time with My Duke Mondays. That's our new thing, My Duke Mondays. We're gonna have to get you a little more definitive on your hot take.
I just wasn't saying what you wanted me to say, but I think I was.
All right, there you go. Well, with that being said, it's a tough one to say this time, but I'm gonna say it. Go Browns.
Go Browns.
All right, we talk to you soon. All right. Bye.